Hello all, and welcome back to the BUSR. Why is my camera just doing all sorts of wrong things? I can never start these streams right, apparently. So yeah, welcome back everybody, and welcome back to the F1 Championship here. We are heading over to, what was it, Japan today? Yes. And qualifying is just about to start already, so let us not waffle about random things for much longer and just get into things, shall we? So, it doesn't look like anyone's currently out. We do have a pretty small lobby today by the looks of it. Only 9 drivers today. We've got one in the Alpine, 2 McLarens, Ben Mills in the Williams there, GMT UFC in the Merc, Tom Foolery in the Aston, Assassin in the Williams, Alpha in the RB Visa Cash Up, whatever name, they have a lot of names in that name, and we've got Edie in the Kick Sauber. But who is it out first? It looks like it is going to be Ali out first in the McLaren, so let's have a look. The weather looks to be fantastic here in Japan and Suzuka, which is quite nice. It usually absolutely pours here, so hopefully today we won't have too many issues for the drivers. It is a single 27 lap race, as opposed to last week when I believe it was a sprint race. I don't actually know what happened, to be honest. I have no idea who won or anything. I should probably check that. Oh well. Who else is out? Looks like we've got the Williams and the... Yeah, 2 Williams cars out, yep. We've got Ben Mills and Assassin. Looks like Edie in the Kick Sauber is currently out as well, starting their outlap, and GMT UFC. Okay, looks like the first RB car is starting to exit the pits, and so do the rest of the cars. But let's head over back to Ali, as they're now heading towards 130R, and still warming up their tyres by the looks of it. It's gonna be interesting to see how fast all the drivers can be today. It doesn't appear that anybody in this lobby are like one of the like fastest people. I mean, everyone here is fast, of course, but yeah, it's not Cameron Searle levels here. So let's see how it goes. No braking there required into the first corner. However, you do have to close the DRS in real life. I think in game it closes automatically, and then through the S's here. You gotta be careful not to upset the car too much, otherwise you can have a moment spinning out. I don't remember the corner names, so we're just gonna go through this. There's a pretty flat out section over here. Brake at the 50 board. Oh, actually, you don't even brake in the F1 cars. Brake here though for the Degner 2 corner, and into the hairpin. Big braking zone. Oh, and there's a big wheel lock there. Not ideal. These are the soft tires, so we'll see how it all goes for everyone. Flat out here, lift there though, and yeah, downshifting into 5th, and then back on the power and flat out until the chicane, I believe. I don't think they even lift in modern F1 cars. So yeah, flat out here towards 130R, pulling many G-forces. Couldn't tell if that was a lift or not. And braking here at about the 100 board, and then through the chicane, a little bit more wheel locking there, but it doesn't seem to be too bad. And across the line, a 127.9. I have no idea if that's good or not, but we shall see how everybody else fares. We have got, I believe it's Assassin across the line next, setting a 128.4, and Ben Mills setting a 127.09. So that is going to be the benchmark for now, I think, to beat. Ben Mills clearing everyone by almost a second. Got Edie with a 128.7. Probably not the time they were looking for. GMT UFC on an invalid lap, heading back into the pits. Who else is next? It looks like Alpha in the RB is next. We've got 10 drivers now. I don't remember. I didn't see who joined. Tom Roberts, I think? Yeah, probably. into the chicane. And across the line for a time of 128.3. Not too bad. And I believe that is the McLaren of last gen Newt there. Yes. I think that was a cooldown lap there, so probably going for another one now. Well, we can check. What's the charge on the battery looking like? Yeah, the battery's quite low. The fuel is also low, so it might not be a push lap this time. I'm not sure. Who else has yet to come across the line? We've got the two Mercedes who haven't yet set a valid lap. And yeah, it's all quietened down now. Let's see. Yeah, everyone's just heading back into the pits now. Got... Oh, Buckets Gaming, I think, joined. Tom Roberts might have already been here. I don't remember seeing an Alpine. I don't remember. Somebody joined late. But, yeah, a 135 there for Buckets Gaming. Definitely not the time they want to be looking at. They definitely want to be trying to get to the low 128s. As we have got last gen Newt coming through 130R there into the chicane. I think this is a push lap, so let's see what they managed to do. Never mind, they are going to the pits. Fun times. Alpha is probably also heading into the pits now. Indeed. And who else is there? Got Tom Foolery going to the pits as well. Yeah, everybody's coming into the pits now. I wouldn't be surprised if Ali is also. Ooh, very, very late there, across the grass. But yes, everybody is now in the pits. And we have got Ben Mills currently leading the qualifying with a 127.0. 6/10 in front of last gen Newt. Whilst we're waiting here, I shall try to find who won the last race, because I don't remember, because I was not here. I am sure I can find it somewhere. Okay, so it looks like in the sprint, Josh Woolley had won with last gen Newt in second. And then in the feature race, it was last gen Newt who won. So, is there somewhere I can see the current standings? I think, yeah, last gen Newt is currently leading the standings with 81 points in the McLaren. Nice. We'll love an Oscar Piastri reference. And we've got Assassin in second place with 59 points. Tom Roberts in third place with 52 points. And Josh Woolley, who's not here today, with 50 points. And that's the top four. Got some other drivers there as well, but I can't be asked to read out the names. So let's have a look and see what happens here on these next few flying laps. Currently, everybody is on the out lap. There is the first Mercedes to be setting a lap, probably. We'll see. GMT UFC, can you provide a lap for us? It will be good for the Mercedes to get something going. With the weather being so good in qualifying, it really is hopeful that it stays this way for the race, because everybody will be using a very dry setup with probably not a whole lot of rear wing. Probably as little as you can for 130R. And in the wet, that is definitely not going to fly. The car will not like that. Well, I don't know. F125 might be weird with that kind of thing. But there we go. GMT UFC is now on their flying lap. Through the S's they go. Car looks stable. I don't know how these cars behave on the curbs. I would imagine you don't want to be taking too much of the curb. In the GT3s, you absolutely can just ride those curbs, but the car will get upset if you do it a little too much. Through the Degner corners, you kind of want to take a bit more of that exit curb, I think. Careful not to lock up in here. We've seen a lock up already. Probably wasted about half a tenth, maybe a tenth of time. Is that the spoon? I think that's called the spoon, because it looks like a spoon. And there they go now towards 130R. Going to be a flat-out corner. Setting a purple time. Looking good so far in that sector. That is. Can they replicate that in the third sector here? Across the line they come for a time of 1:28.6. Only good enough for 6th place. So probably will be going again. There's 7 more minutes on the clock, so absolutely will be going again. And Ben Mills sets a new fastest lap of 1:26.8. Improving their own time by about 2/10 there. Yeah, absolutely telling everyone to just sit down. It is their moment now. Ben Mills here. 8/10 clear of last gen Ute. And next across the line, we will have Edie in the Kick Sauber. For 130R, they go into the chicane, heavy braking zone. Oh, maybe a little bit too much of the curb, but it looked like it upset the car a little there. And across the line, they go for time of 1:28.3, improving up to 5th place. Not too bad, not too bad. 3/10 improvement there. Next across the line, I believe, is Alpha in the RB. Never mind, that is still their out lap, so they're starting their flying lap now. Is this GMT? Yes, it is. Tom Roberts still in the pits. I don't know, maybe they're doing like a last to first challenge kind of thing, but if they were to be setting a time, they want to be doing it about now. But let's see, GMT UFC heading into the pits. Okay. Not doing another lap right now. Buckets Gaming also into the pits. Did they clip the corner there? I didn't see. As Tom Roberts actually seems to retire from the session, so they might be doing a last to first challenge. We've got Ali here, I believe, just starting their flying lap. Ben Mills has also retired from the session. I hope it's not a problem with the lobby. And yeah, this looks like it's another flying lap here. So let's go on board. You can hear the tires screaming through the Degner 2 corner. Ooh, massive lock up there on the front left. That's not good. Now, could somebody tell me what is the little symbol at the bottom of the battery usage thing that has like a red semi-outline? Because I have no idea what that means. And it's like gets bigger. Is it like a recharge kind of thing? I don't know. But across the line they go for an improvement of 4/10, but not good enough. Still 6 cents behind Ben Mills there. If I can do maths, I don't know. I think I can do maths. We've got last gen Newt, believe about to start a flying lap or ending their lap now. Coming in to the pits, that is. I think they're going to the pits, yeah. And with that, I think most people are done now. Oh, yeah, Alpha's still out, but it looks like maybe a cooldown lap. Yeah, 3/10 down on the sector, in Sector 2 there. So either a cooldown lap or a second out lap. Yes, indeed, they are going into the pits. Ali, invalid lap there. Probably not what you want to be seeing. And we've got Buckets Gaming there. On an out lap right now. It looks like they're playing on a controller. Car looks a little twitchy as they turn. Let's see if they can put in the speed. Starting the lap now. DRS wide open. Down towards turn 1. Don't lift, but close the DRS, otherwise you get a Liam Lawson moment. Was it Liam Lawson, or was it Colapinto? I don't remember, they're all bad. All the rookies are bad this year. Looks like the race stepped out there a tiny bit. Not exactly what you want to see. I'm probably offended a lot of people by saying the rookies are bad. Try harder. Into the Degner corners. Degner 1. Take that curb. Into Degner 2. Take the curb again. Probably a little bit more than that, but I guess not really pushing as hard as could be. No lockups there. Good, good. Yeah, this is quite a technical track, I'd say. There's a lot of different types of corners, like different speeds of corners they have to do. So the setups are going to be like quite in the middle, probably. And whilst that's good if the rain comes, because then they won't all just be set up for like zero rear wing. But at the same time, you probably would be losing a lot of time in this, in like the medium to slow corners with less rear wing, and that's an improvement of 1.5 seconds. Probably not what Buckets Gaming wanted to see here right now. They have time for one more lap, but do they have the fuel? It looks like they have the fuel, but no battery. Well, I mean, the improvement they need to make will not be affected by the battery. 5 seconds down is not something that comes from the battery usage, so hopefully they can still put in a good lap here. It's hard to tell if they're on a controller or on a keyboard. Oh, and they're off into the gravel, and how is that not an invalid lap? I don't know. But yeah, they're probably not going to be improving here now. So let's see who else is out, who's coming across the checkered flag. We've had Ali come across the checkered flag already. Got Edie coming across next. Will they be able to improve here in the kick Sauber? They need quite a big improvement. Can they do it? They do make an improvement, but it's not good enough. They stay in 5th for now. Up next, we have Tomfoolery in the Aston Martin. Coming around 130R into the chicane. Put on a throttle. And across the line with no improvement. So that is them in 7th, or sorry, 8th place for their starting grid. GM2 UFC currently up on their time. Will it be an improvement? It is an improvement up to 6th with a 128.2, and somebody just went into the pits. I believe that's Buckets Gaming. Who else? We've got Assassin on a massive improvement here. 4/10 improvement so far. Can they continue that through Sector 3 here? Out of the chicane. And across the line they go for an improvement up to into 5th with a 128.0. And there's only 2 other cars left. You have got Last Gen Newt, who is the previous race winner. Only good enough for 2nd. And we have Alpha in the background there. I didn't see what time they set, unfortunately, but there we have it. We have Ben Mills on pole and Last Gen Newt rounding out the front row here. So, yeah, I mean, not that exciting of a qualifying. Only 10 drivers on the grid today, unfortunately. I don't know if there's only one lobby. I have a feeling it's only one lobby. So hopefully it should be a chill race where nobody has too big of an incident, especially on lap 1. Lap 1 is where everything usually gets pretty bad. However, that being said, if the weather decides to change to rain, this could be a fantastic and chaotic race. And knowing the BUSR, it will be mostly chaotic. So, whilst we wait, how about we have a word from our sponsors over at Grid Finder? Thank you to Grid Finder for sponsoring this event and making it happen. We are back. The driver's now getting ready. It looks like the weather is doing just fine. There's a few clouds, but I don't think it's going to rain. It still looks somewhat sunny, a little overcast, but I don't think the tuning setups need to be changed in the slightest. Not that you can, because Perk for May rules, I believe, are in order. So yeah, the driver's now just getting ready. Hopefully shouldn't take too long. My prediction for the race, seeing how Last Gen Newt has performed, he has a good chance of winning. However, Ben Mills sets an astonishing lap there, clearing everybody else by, well, like Max Verstappen did in 23. So I don't know. Could be quite an interesting race here today. Suzuka's quite a long track, so there shouldn't be too much of an issue with lapped cars getting in the way. Not that there should be an issue anyway, since there's only 10 people on the grid. However, with... Oh, who was it? I already forgot names. That's fantastic. With a significantly slower car at the back of the grid, they may be getting lapped a few times, which could cause issues if there's any battles towards the front. However, hopefully it won't. Yeah, and as I said, the weather looks pretty decent at the moment, so there's not really anything else to say except that we just wait until the race begins. I don't remember if they have the formation lap. I don't think they have the formation lap for some reason. Is that broken again, I wonder? Because it was broken for many years. I'm pretty sure the formation lap is turned off. But is it because it's broken or because we're just lazy? That's a good question. Someone maybe tell me in the chat or in the server. I wish to know. And there we have it. 5 lights are out, and away we go for the Japanese Grand Prix. Alright, what do we have here? We have Ben Mills, Last Gen Newt getting away nicely. Ben Mills gets a much nicer getaway than Last Gen Newt, who is already under pressure from Alpha, under pressure from Assassin, under pressure from Edie, and it is Buckets Gaming who might be slower here. However, they will still try to have a good race in that Alpine. Let's have a look back at the front. Last Gen Newt, 5 tenths the gap already to Ben Mills. Not the worst, not the best. And Alpha pressuring at the back, 3 tenths gap. Into the Degner corners they go. And what is going on with those particles there? What is that? This game is crazy. But yeah, everything looks pretty standard. Clean start here, so should be looking for a pretty good clean race today. What do we have? We have... we've got nothing happening anymore. Great. A little too quiet of a start. Okay, there we go. Ali right on the back of Edie there, or was for a moment. Maybe we'll see some overtakes here coming towards 130R. Maybe some overtakes into 130R. That'll be a sight to see. But Ben Mills already almost a DRS away. There's 1 second gap now. DRS is broken. Not that it has even been allowed yet. And everybody else looks to be going cleanly through the chicane. And that is the first lap of the Japanese Grand Prix here at the BUSR. Alpha right all over the back of last gen Newt. Going for that overtake. Going around the outside. And he's made it stick. Does last gen Newt have an answer? Doesn't look like he has an answer through the S's. Maybe a little later in the lap. However, this little battling has continued to allow Ben Mills to keep getting away. So Ben Mills is looking to be quite strong for the win here. Let's see what tires everybody else is starting on. Looks like Ben Mills on the hards. So that is a really good start for him on the hards there. And it looks to be a pretty 50-50 split of hards and mediums. I've got Alpha on the mediums here. With last gen Newt just on his back there. And just behind last gen Newt we have Assassin as well. Let's see what happened to places. Alpha gaining 2 positions. Tom Roberts gaining 3 positions off the start here. Didn't put in the qualifying time, so we didn't know where he'd be. However, he doesn't look to be improving too much at the moment. That being said, he is gaining on easy there, so maybe we'll see an overtake there in a lap's time or so. Here we have some race strategies. I reckon there's a one-stopper, to be honest. Yeah, I think it's going to be a one-stopper with some hard tires there instead of the mediums and softs. Alpha setting the fastest lap of the race so far. Getting back into the DRS range of Ben there. Maybe Ben is slowing down a little just to conserve tires. I don't know what's happening, but maybe there was a problem on the exit out of the chicane down the main straight. Let's see, Tom Roberts all over the back of Edie now. Maybe looking to make an overtake soon. Doubt it will happen until the Degner corners, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Not really a good overtaking spot, I can't lie. Closing the gap there. Maybe we'll have a look up the inside or something into the hairpin. He does not have a look anywhere. So we'll keep an eye on what happens here with this battle. Up towards the front, we've got last gen Newt. 5 tenths behind Alpha. DRS is broken once again. Ben Mills keeping just over a second gap there. And what's this? Tom Foolery on GMT UFC, who already has picked up a 3-second time penalty, probably for track limits. So maybe that explains why Tom Foolery is so close to the back there. Let's see, what's this? Last gen Newt probably had a look into 130R, didn't make anything of it though. GMT UFC and Tom Roberts having a little fight there through 130R, and Tom Roberts, I think DRS is enabled, or is it? It looks to be closed, but making that move stick anyway. Alpha losing some positions here. What happened there, Alpha? I completely missed it. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see what happened. With only 10 cars, this is quite an exciting start. So, yeah, let's try to see what else is currently happening on the track. Yeah, got Alpha and Ali. There's just a DRS train here behind last gen Newt from 2nd down into 7th. And Tom Roberts probably looking to be making another overtake soon. It seems they have the pace. I don't know where they belong because they didn't do a qualifying lap. And I don't remember how they performed last time they did this, because I'm pretty sure they didn't set a lap in the first round. I don't know about the last round, in the second round. But down into 130R, everybody goes. All over the back of Valley there. And if that's a good enough exit, then we'll be seeing an overtake down the inside here. And the overtake's made long before the corner. Nice and easy there. Oh, and looking for a second overtake there. Looking up the inside, but doesn't quite make it. A little too far away. Yeah, Tom Roberts here, flying up the field from last place. I reckon the tires... I think the mediums can probably last until around lap 12 here, and the hards can probably last until around lap 15, 16. So, we're not going to be seeing any pitting quite yet. I think everybody's managed to keep their front wings as well, so... yeah, if there's no damage, there's no real need to pit early. Tom Roberts, 1/10 behind Alpha. Probably looking to make an overtake here into 130R. We'll see how their exits compare. There isn't any DRS here, however. And not even looking for the move there. Too far back. Oh, but is looking for the move here. Down the inside into the chicane. Pushing Alpha wide. Staying on the track, however. A little bit too much wobble on that curb. It really upset the car. And... it's now compromised both of their exits, with Ali looking to make something out of this as well, but he's too far back now, and continuing this fight around the first corner. No contact yet, none that I can see at least. Very close fighting here. Oh, and there's contact. Alpha has gone for a spin. Oh, and narrowly avoiding Evie there. Will that be a safe rejoin? Yes, it will be. Okay, not a great day today for Alpha. I have a feeling that the stewards will not look kindly at this from Tom Roberts. Ali all over the back of him now. What is going on with these particles? EA, fix your game. Yeah, Ali all over the back of Tom Roberts. I don't know if Tom Roberts has picked up any damage or anything, or if it's just compromised his exit out of the S's. Yeah, okay, Tom Roberts seems to be doing alright now. Two and a half seconds behind Assassin, so it'll be a little while until they catch up, if they do catch up at all. Meanwhile, Assassin trying to stick in within DRS range of last gen Ute, whilst Ben Mills is just completely flying away from this pack here. Tom Roberts gained a whole second in the last sector. How is Alpha doing? In the case for Alpha, I think it would be wise to actually pit extra early for the hards. Try to do a massive undercut on everyone else. I don't know, maybe pit next lap, not this lap, but next lap, if I was Alpha. But can you make the hards last 19 laps around this circuit? That's only for him to know. Got Ali 1 second behind. Tom Roberts trying to keep up. It looks like they're managing to keep around the same pace. Tom Roberts not really gaining on Assassin too much anymore, who is now out of DRS range. So there isn't really any more fighting to be had right now. Tom Foolery 8/10 behind GMT here, who has a 3-second penalty. So as long as they can stay within 3 seconds, they have the position on GMT. Little lockup from someone there, I didn't see who. Assassin gaining a little bit of time there down the straight on last gen Ute. I don't know, maybe a little bit of slipstreaming going on or something. Actually, that's an interesting thing. The DRS detection point is so early. I really thought it would be a lot closer to the chicane, but it's just on the exit of 130R, so you could make a move down into the chicane and then have DRS. That's kind of broken. Tom Roberts now has caught up to Assassin, 2.5 tenths back from Assassin there in the Williams. Judging by how the overtakes have gone so far, it's going to be looking to make it down into turn 1. You have to have a good exit out of that chicane there, but it looked like the back went a little wobbly there. Oh, but that is an easy overtake. I don't know what's going on there. Is the DRS really that powerful, or is he just having an insane exit there? Tom Roberts up to P3 now from 10th place. Will continue to hunt, going after Last Gen Newt next. So chat, tell me, what has been your favourite track so far on the calendar in F1 here? We have had... I forgot what we had. We had Melbourne in round 1 and Jeddah in round 2, and now we have Suzuka in round 3. Which one of these has been your favourite? I think that Melbourne was personally my favourite. Although, to drive, I'd say Suzuka is my favourite to drive because you can do it in the GT3s. Whereas Melbourne is a street circuit that's only for F1, I believe. Tom Roberts, not really gaining much on Last Gen Newt at the moment. Maybe they gain most of it in Sector 1 here, and hence we just don't notice it. What's going on? Edie is in the pits, pitting on lap 10, off from the mediums and onto... medium, so they're going for a 2-pit strategy here. Interesting. Maybe they're going for one of those suggested ones with softs next. Okay, we'll have to see what happens. In the meanwhile, I think everybody else is still pretty happy on their tires. Don't really know what times they're setting at the moment, though. Alright, can Tom Roberts gain any more on Last Gen Newt here? Been about the same gap for the last lap, so I have a feeling that either his tyres are starting to die, or he just doesn't have the pace over Last Gen Newt. He's only really gaining in Sector 1 here, so maybe there's a difference in their setups that allows for that? I don't know. Oh, but meanwhile, Ali is all over the back of Assassin here. Is a move about to be made? Let's find out. Not to be, however, that lockup from Assassin could allow Ali to get a much better exit here, going towards Spoon. No overtakes yet. And what is that? There is Buckets Gaming in the pits, going from mediums to mediums, so they're going for a two-stop strategy as well, by the looks of it. And they're about to get lapped, so got some traffic finally here. Last year Newt is going to be the first to experience it. Oh! And that is a massive crash! Last Gen Newt, right into the back of Buckets Gaming there. Was it Buckets Gaming? I think so. What happened there? Well, that's going to be a safety car. Full-blown safety car. For sure. Yeah, the safety car's out. So, everybody into the pits. Edie has just come out. Alpha, perfect opportunity to pit there. Tomfoolery also pitting. Everybody else, I think, will have to be pitting on this lap. Otherwise, Alpha and Tomfoolery, easy overtakes on the restart. I have a feeling that what happened was Buckets Gaming broke too hard to try to let Last Gen Newt through, but was just in the middle of the road or something, and just got in the way. That will definitely not be looked upon lightly by the stewards. That is not an ideal situation. And Last Gen Newt out of the points for this race. He is the championship leader. We'll have to see how it ends. I believe that he will remain the championship leader regardless of what happens, but it'll be a much closer championship now that he has DNF'd. And what do we have? We have Ben Mills into the pits. Off the hards, onto the softs. Ooh, that is going to be a tough one. How many laps is that going to be? That's going to be... Why can't I count? 14 laps on the mediums. Did I say softs earlier? I meant mediums. Let's see what all the new tires are. Tom Roberts onto the hards, off the mediums, I believe. Ali on the mediums. I don't remember what they started on. GMT UFC served their 3-second penalty. Oh, they didn't serve their 3-second penalty. Interesting. I wonder why. So... Yes, I believe that is now everybody. Why is Alpha back in the pits? Did they pit wrong, I wonder? Or the wrong compound? I thought I saw Alpha pitting earlier. Why the second pit? Why the second pit? Anyhow, let's have a look at the back of this safety car. It's a Mercedes, right? I can't see. Yes, it is a Mercedes. It's quite fascinating how the safety car driver drives basically as fast as they can, just because the F1 cars are that much faster. And it keeps it safe, in quotation marks. It looks like we're going for at least one more lap off the safety car. I reckon just this one more lap, though. As most drivers have now caught up to the back. Was this? I believe Buckets Gaming was let through by the safety car. So they're currently unlapping themselves. And Alpha just trying to catch up now, going down the main straight. We'll probably catch up by the Degners. Basically, has already caught up. Yeah. We'll have to see if Buckets Gaming can catch up by the end of this lap. I think they need to be... It needs to be by the middle of the back straight. So I have a feeling they won't actually catch up. But there we go. Alpha caught up at the Degners. Nice and easy. I'm very good at predicting. And yes, I believe the safety car will probably be coming in this lap. We'll have to see. Probably don't want to be doing another lap, to be honest. I think it gets called around now if it goes in. It isn't going in. We're going for another lap of safety car. Oh dear. Well, this is a bit of a snooze fest. Quick, somebody else crash. It will allow Buckets Gaming to catch up though. They'll probably catch up around Spoon. Nah, maybe before that. This back is going rather slowly. And there we have it. All cars caught up to the pack. So safety car has to be in this lap, otherwise game is broken. Which I won't put past EA. That safety car looks a little twitchy. And there we have it. The safety car is in this lap. We're going to have Ben Mills on the front here. Followed by Tom Roberts, by Ali, by Assassin, by E, by GMT UFC, Tom Fullery, Alpha, and Buckets Gaming. And let's see it as Ben Mills is going to take us away to restart the race in just a moment. And he's away. Tom Roberts has a really good restart as well, though, right on the back of Ben Mills here. How will this go down? Looking around the outside, maybe actually out the inside, but can't make an overtake stick. Not enough room to make an overtake there, so we'll probably be looking at something a bit later on. Further back. Everybody's racing cleanly. Oh, but Tom Roberts losing a position to Ali. Ali on an insane restart here. Is it the tire offset? Yes, it is. Tom Roberts on the hards. Ali on the mediums. Probably much easier to warm up. Once Tom Roberts warms up his tyres, I reckon that he'll have a much easier time here. With 11 laps to go, I don't think the mediums are going to be doing too well against the hards. We've got GMT UFC on Edie here. Edie looking to probably fight back here into 130R. We'll see what happens. No, doesn't fight back yet. Plenty of time, though. And Tom Roberts not going to let Ali keep this position for long, probably. Ben Mill setting a new fastest lap of 130.6. Will it be matched by anyone else? Probably not. Alpha alongside, who is that? That's tomfoolery. For some reason it looks like a Merc. And that's a nice clean overtake. Have a look. Tom Roberts on the back of Ali here. Oh, looking for an overtake. Had a look up inside 130R, decided against it at the last moment. Having a look up the inside on the chicane, and makes it stick. Nice clean overtake from Tom Roberts there. Will it be a good enough exit to keep this overtake, to keep this position? DRS open from Ali, but I don't think they have the speed here. Tom Roberts having the fastest lap of the race there as well. And that's GMT UFC all over the back of Assassin. Not quite able to make the overtake. Tomfoolery all over the back of Alpha. Also not able to make the overtake. So Tom Roberts now within DRS range of Ben Mills. Will he be able to catch up? Or keep within the DRS range by the end of this lap? So that's another purple sector time there. I think it's looking good for Tom Roberts here. How is Ben Mills at defending? We haven't seen any defending from Ben yet. He's just been so far ahead of everyone else. Tom Roberts keeps gaining and gaining on Ben Mills here. Setting a new fastest lap. Did they both just set a new fastest lap? I believe so. Tom Roberts has massive overspeed, however, thanks to that DRS. Oh, and Ben Mills almost goes off the road. Riding that curb on the inside. Not good. Really upset the car. And Tom Roberts is the new race leader after 19 laps out of 27. By the back, Ali is still looking at this fight ahead of him. All within DRS of each other, so they can stay together and probably pull away. They're already 4.5 tenths clear of everyone else. And Tom Roberts, a 3-second time penalty. Oh, that has just spiced up the end of this race. So now he has 8 laps to get a 3-second gap to Ben Mills. Otherwise, all of his good work making that overtake was for nothing. But Ben Mills is not giving up. He is right on the back of Tom Roberts here. Probably going to be looking to make an overtake into the first corner. 4/10 back at the start of the straight. And DRS wide open now. Gaining and gaining and gaining. Not quite enough. Have a look further back in the field. Tom Fuller with a 3-second time penalty. Still trying to get an overtake on Alpha here. Alpha started up in 3rd or 4th, but did not have a good race. Had been spun around earlier by Tom Roberts, actually, and is now stuck in 7th place. Not really got the pace. Edie, I forgot where they started. They started in 6th. As Alpha gets a 3-second time penalty. So now Tom Foolery has all the more reason to go for these overtakes. Try and make this overtake on Alpha. Because now he can actually keep his position. Whereas previously he would have still had to run away with it a little. Kind of like how Tom Roberts has to do now. But Ben Mills still on the back there. Although almost out of DRS range. I actually think they may have been out of DRS range now. So Tom Roberts here might be able to just about get far enough ahead in the next 6 laps. Ben Mills staying within the DRS range of Tom Roberts here. With the detection zone in just a few seconds. I think he... I think he doesn't have DRS. He doesn't have DRS. So Tom Roberts might be able to run away a little bit here now. Yeah, DRS flap not open. Losing time now. Yeah, okay, Tom Roberts should be able to run away with this now. Let's see if he can make that gap of 3 seconds. He's got 5 laps to do it. Meanwhile, towards the back here, Tom Foolery 5/10 behind Alpha. What happened to Edie? I thought Edie was further ahead. No? What happened? Well, the current closest fight is Tom Foolery on Alpha. 9/10 behind. It may be the case that everybody's tyres have now just completely died, and they don't have the grip anymore. Edie has pitted, as well as Buckets Gaming, and so that's why Edie dropped some positions there. I don't know why they pitted. Oh, yeah, they went for the two-stop strategy. They had to pit again. I don't believe anyone else is on the two-stop strategy, and if they are, they need to pit, like, now. I think the two-stop strategy is probably quite stupid here, to be honest. I don't know why that's even an option to go for. Well, in the meanwhile, let's have a look at any motorsport news. Well, obviously, we have all these memes currently about Max Verstappen to Mercedes and George Russell being out. I think that would be hilarious. As long as Antonelli stays in Mercedes and Russell is out. It would be even funnier, though, if what ends up happening is Toto as team principal to Red Bull and then Horner to Mercedes. That would just be hilarious. So that's not going to happen. I don't think... Yeah, I don't think it's been said who will be replacing Horner, or if it has been, it's not someone I actually know. So I won't talk about that too much then. But Verstappen to Mercedes could be quite funny. And I personally look forward to that. So then that also brings up the question, did Horner get fired because Max joined Mercedes? Ooh, a little half spin there for tomfoolery. Did Horner get fired because Max went to Mercedes, or did he get fired to prevent Max from going to Mercedes? In which case, it would be even funnier if he still goes to Mercedes, because, yeah, haha. But, yeah, we have Spa next weekend. In real life, that is. It will be nice to come back from the summer break. The silly season is well and truly underway, though. So we'll have to see what happens with everything. But as long as Fernando keeps his seat, I'm all happy. And I really, really, really hope that McLaren messes up some of their upgrades so that Oscar Piastri can just stay with his own upgrades that he likes and not take the ones that Lando does, and then Lando can lose the championship, and that'll be great. Would love that. The only one I'm keeping obsessing, keep crying. Alright, 2 laps to go in our race here. Tom Roberts, 2.2 seconds out front, needs to be 3 seconds. Will he be able to make up this time in just 2 laps time? 2 laps of racing, will it be enough? Don't know. Tom Foolery and GMT UFC looking at Alpha here. All of them have a 3-second time penalty, so they just need to make it stick on track. Whereas Ben Mills just needs to stay within 3 seconds of Tom Roberts, and he's got it. Although that looked like to be a big lock-up, so it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. That's another 3 seconds, 3/10 gone there, and at this rate, Tom Roberts has it in the bag. I think those mediums are cooked. That car is struggling a lot right now. The weather has been rather nice here at Suzuka today. Good sunny qualifying, good, well, somewhat sunny, mostly sunny race here. And It looks like it will be ending under the same conditions. Oh, it'll be so funny if it just starts pouring it in the last lap. But it won't. It won't. Have they implemented... Someone in the chat tell me, have they implemented a system yet to only rain on certain parts of the track like it does in real life? So, like, not on the whole track, but just on a certain part, on one corner? That would be pretty funny. Just make it rain, I don't know, in around Spoon or something, where I know it's quite tricky to keep traction when it's wet. Tomfoolery on the back of Alpha now. Has got one more lap to do it. Or is it 2 laps? 2 laps to do it. And around the outside, making this overtake, has the DRS as well. And that is nice and easy there. Alpha not having a good day today at all. And Tom Roberts now 5 seconds clear of Ben Mills. 5 seconds. That time penalty means nothing to this man. Going through Spoon for the last time. Oh, it would be so funny if you get another track violations penalty. It would be so funny. Alpha trying to stay on the back of Tomfoolery, but we'll see if there's another overtake possible. But let's have a look out front towards Tom Roberts as he comes out of the chicane and across the line to win the Japanese Grand Prix here at the BUSR, with Ben Mills following close, but not close enough. Come in second place. And next we have Ali coming in third to round out the podium, and Assassin in fourth. And then we've got a few drivers here with 3 time second penalties. We've got Tomfoolery, and we've got Alpha slowing down to allow GMT UFC to come through. What happened there? Why? Alpha, why? Did you make contact or something? I don't know. We'll have to find out. It looks like Buckets Gaming has already crossed the line. And so we're now only waiting for Edie, who's coming across the line just now. But it is Tom Roberts who has won the Japanese Grand Prix here. With Ben Mills coming close second, and Ali in third. And there we have it. Celebrations. The champagne spray. And that concludes the race. I can't find Ali's Discord. I have no idea. So yeah, pretty good race there. We'll speak to the podium people in just a moment when they're ready. I couldn't find Ali's tag, so okay, so that's Ali's tag. Good to know. So we'll just wait for them to all come into the interview room. I'll try to start with Ali first, if we can. Looks like Ben Mills and Tom Roberts are now ready in the interview, so yeah, as I said, if we can, we'll do Ali first. Well, it's not looking like they're coming in. So I think let's just take it away with Ben Mills here. So, hi Ben, welcome into the interview room. How was that race?
I mean, I was relatively pleased with my pace, and my quali lap was pretty competitive. So I knew that Tom would be the biggest challenge. I know he was starting from the back, but his pace is just unreal. So I'm fairly pleased with P2.
Well, it looked like it was quite a clean race there. So, would you say Suzuka is a strong track for you or quite a weak one? It looked like you had a very good qualifying lap there, so you definitely had the pace over everyone else. But yeah, as you mentioned, Tom Roberts was just quite a bit quicker there towards the end.
Yeah, I mean the pace wasn't bad. I mean it's one of the best tracks to hot lap in my opinion, but for racing not so much. But Tom was I think Tom was on a lower downforce setup, so he flew past me on the straight, and I just couldn't do anything with the older tires to fight back at the end or stay within the 3 seconds.
And next week we have Silverstone. Are you around next week?
Yes, I should be there. That is one of my more favorite tracks. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, I can get another podium.
Yeah, well, yeah, congratulations on P2, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. Thank you for speaking.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right, let's see, we've got Ali saying something in the chat. See if we can speak with him or not. Okay, so we won't be speaking to Ali today, so it's just Tom Roberts left, so let's drag him in here now. Hi, Tom, and welcome into the interview room. How was that race?
It was a long one. It's quite warm, and that was a good win.
Yeah, it looked like you started from the very back. Do you intentionally not do a qualifying lap and then start, like, do a last first challenge?
Yeah, I wasn't going to do it today because it's Japan, but the grid wasn't very full today, so I decided to start from P10. It's I probably wouldn't have even won if it wasn't for the safety car, but yeah.
That safety car, actually, I didn't see fully what happened. Um did the lapped car just, like, not get out of the way through turn 1 for last gen new?
Yeah, like it came out the pit lane, and like it was quite awkward in all fairness for the lap car. Like they got to the T1 apex and was on like a tight line, because obviously the pit exit, and then well, I think they were coming out of the pits, and then as they got to the outside of T1, that's when Newt was arriving at very high speed, couldn't get out of the way. I think it was quite unfortunate. It was obviously the back market's fault, but
Yeah.
was
Well, regardless, it looked like you didn't have too clean of a race yourself. I believe you spun Alpha through one of the S's.
I wouldn't say I span him. I'd say I was sort of like on the inside, and then he turned, hit my car whilst I was ahead, and span around. And there's nothing really I could have done about it. Um, he turned into my car because I was ahead, and then unfortunately he span. Obviously, I felt quite bad. I don't like it when people spin in a battle, but
Well, it
I
was an
don't believe
unfortunate
it was on
incident
me.
anyway. And then you picked up a time penalty there towards the end. Luckily, you managed to get the pace at the end there. Was that, like, you pushing completely flat out as hard as you can, or was it a bit more managed at the end?
Um, I definitely pushed on the last 2 laps, but apart from that, it was quite calm because I didn't know how the tyre wear was going to be. I was quite destroying the left front quite a lot, and I was sort of worrying whether Ben had even got better tyre wear than me on his mediums. But by the end, it was quite evident that his tyres had run out of grip, and I could just push away. and I had enough laps left in the tyres to just drive and not worry about like a puncture or something.
Right. Well, we've got Silverstone next week. Are you around for that? Are you looking forward to the track? Is that something you like?
Yeah, definitely. Looking forward to that. I should be here. Hopefully, there's a bigger grid than 10, and we have a fun race, and maybe not a safety car right when the decisive strategy is coming into play, because that's sort of just like counteracted any real race today. I won't lie.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have some more clean racing next week. But once again, congratulations on P1, sorry. And yeah, good luck for next week. Thank you for speaking.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Right, well, that about concludes everything here now. So, with nothing else for me to say, I think we'll probably be ending here. Yeah, so thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and give us some comments on what your favorite part of the race was. And if you want to join the BUSR, head over to busr.gg/Discord to join our lovely and wonderful community. We've got loads of races going on. F1, Assetto Corsa Competizione, EAWRC, just to name a few. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you again next time. Have a good night.
There is no place and no moment in history where I could stand and say, oh, it begins here, now.